there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. As you can see, we're in a different location today. We're actually in the room that I keep my makeup in currently. I just thought I'd do it in here today. This is the second part of the 10 plus pan collection. So some of these are going to have quite a few pans. Some of them are going to have extra little compartments. And this is the N to Z, I guess, but I don't have anything that starts with X, Y, or Z, so really it'll be N to W. So let's start with our first 10 plus palette. This one's actually 10 pans. This is the NYX Mystic Metals palette. One had a little fallout. These are some pretty shimmers. Can't wait to play with. Fairly new. I think it came out last year, so not too old. Next one is one I got from, I think, Wish, and it is a very pretty palette. One did shatter, as you can see at the top there. I hit pan already? No, just kidding. That one shattered. This one is Qiaoyan, and it was kind of a, as you can kind of tell from some of the fallout there, a really sparkly white color, but it was very, very flaky and crumbled, so I couldn't repress it, and so I just let it go. Now my Revolution palette, I do have a few Revolution palettes. This one is the Emily Noel collab with Revolution, the Needs palette, the Emily Edit Needs palette. So this is kind of a face and eye palette. This one is the Emily Edit Wants palette. Oh, hello. Some really pretty colors in there, some nice shimmers, some nice pastels. And what I thought I would do, I would start with some of the basic Revolution palettes and then some of the more themed Revolution palettes. So this one here, this is totally speaks fall to me. That is such a fall palette. Beautiful. And this one is Revolution Pro Regeneration Goldmine palette. Very nice. Another really nice fall palette. This has got some warms and some cools. So good balanced palette. And this one is the Reloaded Smoky Neutrals. And yet another really nice fall palette. Can you tell I like fall? This one is the Reloaded Velvet Rose palette. Hiding behind this Sephora palette here is another Revolution palette. This one's got some fancier shades in there, some marbling. And this one is the Revolution Pro Regeneration Trends Azure palette. And the final basic palette from Revolution is this one. Some nice light shades. Revolution Reloaded Basic Mattes palette. Now this one is a fun one. This one I got from, I think, Marshall's. Look at those pretty blues and that pink, those pinks in there. So nice. This is the Revolution Forever Flawless Flamboyance palette. So basically the Flamingo palette. Look at that packaging. So pretty. Now let's go to their their version of the Too Faced chocolate palettes. So we have the chocolate cherry. I do have the mini of this as well. It came with the whole cherry package. Does that just totally look like a melting Hershey bar? That is so cool. That is the Revolution Black Cherry. Oh, I thought it was chocolate cherry. It's I Heart Revolution Black Cherry palette. There's this one. And this one is the I Heart Revolution Crème Brûlée palette. And finally, the last one of their chocolate series that I've got is this one. Now that one totally looks like a Too Faced palette, does it not? The layout and everything. This one is the I Heart Revolution White Chocolate palette. So I didn't get the white chocolate in the Too Faced, but I got the white chocolate in the Revolution. Speaking of the eye and face palettes, this one is one of the Santee palettes. There's the blushes, and I guess bronzer, bronze eyelet. It looks more like a bronzy highlight than a bronzer, but those are some nice fun colors to play with. This is the Santee Eyeshadow Blush Palette 19. Oh yay. Right, I forgot about these descriptive names that Santee comes up with, but such pretty packaging though. Look at that. I mean, for, you know, for low cost drugstore type packaging, those little filigree accents are cute. Right. This one's got a few more rose blusher shades. This one's got some nice reds and pinks. You get the little pans, like tiny pans of eyeshadow there, and then you get some, I guess some of these you could use as blush if you can get a small enough brush in there, but there's some more eyeshadows there. And that, see if I can do this. I'm holding the phone, so that goes in there. And then you get some lip glosses, some nice lip glosses, and that slides in there. Hello, how you doing? And then it creates a cute little Sephora shopping bag. Isn't that cute? This one is the Sigma Enchanted palette. Now they came with brushes, but I took them out, so I don't like brushes flopping around. But oh, look at that one. There's some beautiful shimmers and duochromes in this baby. So pretty. The next one I got was the Sigma Cinderella palette. More beautiful shades to play with, and these ones are embossed with like the shoe, the fairy godmother, Cinderella's dress, the little mice, the prince, the birdies, and there's her fairy godmother by herself granting her wish. So nice. Such a pretty blue. Let's start with this Top Shiny palette. This one I got for Christmas from my husband. It's got some blushes and then some shadows. So this technically could be a eye-end face palette as well. Look at all those beautiful colors. I love how they're set up in different gradient families. That is shiny. Now this one is a double palette. So it's got these colors with some pretty marbling colors down there. And then this one here with some beautiful pinks and blues, neutrals, greens. That just goes on top like that. And this one is also a shiny palette. Now shiny can be found on Amazon. Now this one is the Tatty Beauty Volume 1 palette, Your Memory, and then Ritual, Story, Soothe, Aura, and Poet. But then they got the different formulas. So you got matte, sequin, which is matte with glitter in it, and then metallic, and then full-on glitter at the top in all the different shades. So that is your gradient palette at its finest from Tatty Beauty. Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette. Look at those beautiful colors. As you can tell, I barely dipped into this one. But I will be dipping into this one soon. Look at that. That is so fall. Even sooner, I'll be dipping into this one, the Chocolate Bonbon palette. Look at those cute heart-shaped palettes. This one screams Valentine's. So February. So fun, so fun. This one is the Chocolate Gold palette. Love that dripping. So this one is the most similar to the style of the Revolution ones, but this one has the gold dripping over the chocolate rather than the chocolate dripping over the base color. Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. And yes, these all still smell like they first came. Some may smell a little less, but they still have that beautiful smell. Finally for this set, the gingerbread, and this one also did have a mishap in it when it arrived. The Frostbite Me one was a casualty. The rest were good. This one is the Too Faced Then and Now palette. So it's 1998 to 2018. Different versions of the colors. This was a limited edition palette. Too Faced Life's a Festival palette. I have used this, obviously. I hit pan on the Unicorn Tears highlighter. I do mostly use that as a eyeshadow, but I have used it as a highlighter as well. And then my Artist Pass is one of my favorite shadows, as you can see there. This was actually the sequel to the Peanut Butter and Jelly palette, which I have actually picked up from Poshmark. So I have the two. And that is such a cute palette. This is Peanut Butter and Honey. These are the You Can Be palettes, and they have their themed palette. So this one is the Pink Mojito palette. This one's the Berry Cola. This one looks like a lot of fun. I have the chocolate palette. This one's the light chocolate palette. This one is the My Honey palette from You Can Be, which I think was supposed to be kind of a parody of the Urban Decay Honey. This one just screams summer. This one's the Fruit Punch. The Urban Decay Elements palette. Oh, and there's Quinn. Say hello, Quinn. Say hello to the internet, people. Urban Decay Elements palette. Lots of fun colors in there. And then we got the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. Another iconic Urban Decay palette that apparently they have discontinued now, which is interesting because this has been on their site for quite a few years, but I guess they've retired it. And the OG iconic Urban Decay Naked palette, which I think I got this off of eBay a while ago. Naked 2, the Naked 3, which is more rosy and warm than the Naked 2. And this one it's not Urban Decay, it's a parody of the Urban Decay, but it's by MYG. But it's a Naked Urban Super Smoky parody on Urban Decay Smoke or Naked Smoke palette. It kind of looks a lot like the original. The Naked Heat, much loved palettes when it came out, as well as the Naked Cherry, kind of a Another one with mostly cherry tones. And then we got the Naked Reloaded with more shimmers and kind of a peachy tone. And then I got the two bigger palettes on the sides with the more basic colors. Just kind of went back to the material covered palette, but different than the original one. I got these ones off of Wish. I'm not sure if these are actually, well, it says Urban Decay, and so they wouldn't be able to say Urban Decay if it wasn't, but it doesn't have the same cover or Naked Decay that most people have, so that was why kind of makes me wonder if this is a cheeky parody or if it's like one of those sample ones liquidated through Wish. But anyways, I got this one through Wish. This one here, this one's the Urban Decay Naked Ultraviolet. I missed the original Game of Thrones one because I wasn't actually a fan of Game of Thrones when the original palette was released. So I actually got this one off of eBay. But I just love the throne, sword throne, and the palette. I mean, is it bulky? Is it a bit of a faff? Yes, but if you're a fan of the show, then hey, that's really what it's all about. So it's got the different, it's got the Wall, the Winterfell, the King's Landing, and Bay of Dragons, the Targaryens, the Lannisters, and the Starks, and then of course the Wall. There is the Game of Thrones Urban Decay. Another Dragons highlighter collection. Now some of these I probably won't wear as highlighters, I'll probably wear as eyeshadows. I just love the eggs in there, so cute. Well, this is a brand that I got off of Amazon. It's W7. This is their delicious natural berry. It's kind of looks a little bit like the Modern Renaissance palette, does it not? This one here kind of might be a dupe of, I'm not sure because I don't have the Sultry palette, but it's got the shimmers and same amount of shimmers as the Sultry, only Sultry has them mostly on the top. This one has them mostly on the bottom, but I don't know for sure if it's a dupe of the Sultry palette, but kind of looks a bit like it. This one is the Dusk Till Dawn. It's also got ultraviolet neutrals. I might be trying to dupe the Urban Decay Naked Ultraviolet palette. And with these tins, I think they could be doing a, could be trying to dupe the Naked palettes in the tins. But that is a nice set of shades there. And this one is the W7 Color Me Buff palette. And this one is the In the Night Smoky shades. And this one is the Color Me Nude. Look at these beautiful colors. This is the Lightly Toasted. Looks like it's also a parody of the Urban Decay Smoke palette. And it's called Smoky. Finally, we're down to the Wet n Wild palettes. These are the Color Icon palettes from Wet n Wild. This one is the Nude Awakening palette. Very fall. This one came with a Shattered Shadow. This one is Comfort Zone. This one's a gorgeous palette as well. This one is the My Glamor Squad palette. And there's this one. This one has kind of a similar glitter shade to the Comfort Zone one, but it's not as deep as that one, and it didn't come shattered. And this one is the Not a Basic Peach palette. We have this one. This is the, oh hello Quinn. He's making another cameo appearance in the video. Very curious little pup. This one is Rosé in the Air by Wet n Wild. That concludes my 10 plus palette collection. The next shadow collection will be my trios and quads. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.